But guess what? You don't get to be a rainwing. Hey bunnies, welcome back to Lavender Bunny. In today's video, I'm going to be turning my family members into dragons. Winx Fire dragons, to be clear. First up, I have my grandma, who absolutely just radiates rainwing vibes. She really likes their pacifist vibe and just their vegetarian vibe and loves the sun, kind of easygoing and just chill vibes. So my grandma's favorite color is green, so obviously I had to make her green. But yeah, so let's just delve into the character vibe. So how this is working is I'm letting everyone choose their own name. I tell them how the naming works, and then they decide. So I told my grandma that she was going to be a rainwing, and kind of just explained it's rainforest plants, animals, adjectives, and she decided that she wanted to be called Canopy, which I feel like is a really good name. I couldn't quite decide if that's more of a rainwing name, but you know what, it's fine. She can be Canopy if she wants to be. So Canopy is a leafwing, why do I keep saying leafwing? Rainwing, who lives in, obviously, the rainforest, and at first I could not decide if Canopy should have been, one of those traveling merchants back in, Darkstalkers time, or a healer, but I decided that she just kind of gave, fun healer vibes. So, Canopy is a healer who definitely knows her way around the rainforest plants and animals, and really enjoys going on, gathering expeditions. I had to put that traveling love somewhere in there. I had to give her a bag because I felt like she definitely gave vibes. Whenever she found a cool leaf or plant or flower, she just had to, stop and pick it up and, keep it and then, press it in a book later. Or, I guess, a scroll. My grandma loves trees, which did make it, in the end, a little bit hard to decide if she should have been a leafwing instead, but she just kind of radiated rainwing vibes, and rainwings have always been her favorite anytime I tell her about the tribes. I feel like Canopy would be, very wise and, smart, and can, spot a lie from, a mile away. And also, I feel like she definitely would have been, one of the only dragons to realize that, other dragons were going missing, and would have tried to have the queens do something. I feel like her and Orchid would have been, working side by side. I honestly don't have a lot much else to say about Canopy's character. Oh, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but, I'm giving every dragon just kind of, a character in universe, aside from just being, my family member. And my last thing I want to say about Canopy's character is that I feel like she would have been, the main helper of, Tamarin trying to learn, where everything is. I feel like Canopy would have been, one of her, best people to, help her learn and guide. Now I'm just going to be talking about, my grandma as a person for a minute. So, I've already mentioned this, but my grandma's favorite color is green, and she loves trees. My grandma loves traveling and has been some really awesome places. My grandma is just, very kind and caring, and is, a very good listener, which is why I really like talking about Winx Fire with her. And, quick detour, my grandma has glasses in real life, so I really wanted to give her some cool, hexagon, I think those are? Yeah. Hexagon glasses, which I didn't know if rainwings really wore them, but I did it anyway. And as you can also see, I was really struggling trying to get them to look alike. I'm not entirely sure why I didn't just copy and paste, but you know what? We all do weird things, so yeah. So this is kind of a weird fun fact. It's, not just a normal oh, this is her favorite color. But my grandma makes really, really good bacon. I don't know why, it's just really good. And now it's time for some favorites. My grandma's favorite bird is a Baltimore Oriole. My grandma's favorite ice cream flavor is chocolate peanut butter. My grandma's favorite song is Welcome to Wonderland. My grandma's favorite book is Actually, I don't know. My grandma's favorite board game is Scrabble. My grandma's favorite pastime is doing puzzles. I really, really like doing puzzles with her. I think it's quite fun, and she must have passed some of that down on to me, because one time I finished a puzzle really fast, and then these two people exclusively started calling me Puzzle Lady. That's a story for another day. And that's really all I have for favorites. Now I'm going to be talking about some of what I think my grandma's opinions would be if she had read Wings of Fire. And she did actually read Darkstalker. I was like, hey, I think you'd like this book. Do you want to try it? And she was like, sure. And then she read it, and she liked it. So, yay for that. I feel like my grandma's favorite character would either be, like, Glory, because I feel like she would feel really bad for all the stuff that she had to, like, endure as a child. I feel like she would really like Clay and Blue's nature. I feel like she would feel kind of bad for Peril. I feel like she would like Turtle a lot. She does like Fathom. I think she would feel bad for Kibbley. And for characters that I don't think she'd like, I don't think she would like Winter very much. I feel like Fate Speaker would just annoy her. I feel like she'd just want Tsunami to, like, mellow out a little bit. Personally, I feel like she would, at the same time, feel, like, a little bit bad for Luna, and also just, at the same time, be like, I don't really like this character. I think my grandma's favorite Sandwing sister would be probably Blister, just because I think she would be at least a strong queen. I feel like she would find Blaze really annoying, and Burn, who actually likes Burn. My grandma would definitely really like Mink and Cliff and Bumblebee. And if you can't tell, this says a lot about my grandma. My grandma really likes, like, quiet, like, kind of shy characters who, like, have a lot of sympathy for other people or dragons. And even if dragons are fine now, I feel like she would still feel bad for them, like, aka Kibbley, for instance. I feel like my grandma's favorite queen would probably either be Hazel, who's just trying her best, and personally, I don't like Hazel, but, like, I feel like she would. Monarch, Glory, or Ruby. My grandma's favorite ship would probably be Blicket, because I think she would really like Blue, and I think she'd also really like Cricket. And I think for, like, the final question, I think that her favorite character might be Blue, but I also think that she would really like Grandor. And now I'm just going to be talking about her design for a minute. So, of course, she has the classic Rainwing tail, and I gave her this shade of green, which is not her favorite, because her favorite is actually, like, a light spring green, which I didn't think was a very Rainwing color. And she also likes kind of like an emerald green, and I felt like that was also kind of like leaf wing-ish, so I felt like lime green was kind of like the best I could do, but I still think she probably likes this color. I gave her a little bit of pink because obviously she needed another color, and then later I'm going to add a little bit of purple, so spoilers for that. I honestly do like this design quite a lot. Like I said, she has her little pouch and glasses, and I just used a like Rainwing sitting looking forward base on Google, so yeah, of course, credits to them. I really like how this design is turning out, so I just was doing some of like the finishing details on like the eyebrows, and then I was doing like the glasses lenses, because you know glasses are see-through. It would be very hard to ironically see through them if they weren't. And thus the design is finished. This is Canopy. I lined up all the colors that I used just for fun, and here's the finished design. Only for a second, because you'll see it more at the end. And now, it is time for my sister. My sister has red wings of fire, and she likes rain wings and sea wings. She really likes the society with the sea wings, but she would rather be a rain wing. So of course, I told her, you don't get to be a rain wing. And then to shove it in her face some more, although my grandma already radiated rain wing energy, it just kind of sealed the deal for me to make her a rain wing. Siblings. Once again, the drawing reference is just sea wing sitting forward on Google. For the character, River is a royal sea wing. She's somewhere distant in the line for the throne, maybe the queen's sister's daughter's daughter, and will probably never be the queen. And frankly, she does not really want the throne. Although she does like her, just nice palace life, she's just totally fine with being just a royal instead of actually having to have all the pressure of being queen all the time. Once again, spoiler alert, in her design, I decided to give her some ink stains on her claws because I like that design. And fun fact, my sister does not like the smell of the Sol de Janeiro 76. And naturally, as any sibling would, I used primarily that color for her design. Actually, I think every color in this was some shade on this bottle. So, you know what? Once again, siblings. I thought that this would be fun to do, and it was. I enjoyed this. Oh, okay, so most of the colors were from the bottle, but not all of them are. Before I started coloring, I just really quick wanted to do the face. So, yeah. Fun facts about my sister. She really likes reading. Her favorite color is blue. Her favorite character is blue, or Darkstalker. And here are some of her favorites. Her favorite bird is a raven, which makes sense, because they're really smart and really cool. Her favorite book is a lot of books. She really likes reading, but I know she really likes The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, Fourth Wing, and so many others. Her favorite song is The Flight of the Crows by Jiraiya. Her favorite pastime is either sketching, reading, or making really cool stuff out of things that would normally be trash, like currently a cardboard suit of armor complete with bottle cap chainmail. And really quick detour, I drew an arrow to the claw so I could remember that I wanted to do ink stains, and I gave her a little earring. I tried giving her a pearl necklace, but I just didn't really like that. Her favorite board game is chess. My sister's favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry. Since she has red wings fire, I'm going to be talking about some of the opinions that she does actually have. Her favorite book was Darkstalkers, which is kind of the fan favorite for obviously a reason. It was the best. As I've said a little bit before, her favorite characters are Clearsight, Darkstalker, Blue, Cricket, Clay, Kibbley, and Thorn. I did not say all of those earlier, but I mean I said Blue and Clay, I think, and Darkstalker. Her favorite Sandring sister is Blister, and characters she finds annoying are Kinkju, Moonwatcher, also say hi to my cat. And it's the next day, and I don't know what about editing makes my cat come to me, but say hi again. Anemone, and she doesn't especially like winter. And now just to talk about the design a little bit. Like I said, obviously her favorite color is blue, so she can't be green, and also she needs to have the Sol de Janeiro 76 scent. Once again, siblings. I decided to give her a hoop earring because recently, if you can escape either my digital art or my sketchbook without one hoop earring or one dangly earring or both hoop earrings or one hoop earring and one dangly earring, any combination of the above, you are incredibly lucky. Wait just a second. Disaster struck. Not really, although I did not record for a lot of the coloring. So, yay for that. Anyway, as I was saying, she is a royal sea wing, so she has some royal wing patterns. And as I said earlier, she likes to write, which is why right now I'm doing some of the ink stains on her claws. Because, again, like I said earlier, I really like that pattern. I think it's fun, and it's just a nice, design detail choice. For just a little bit more about the character, my sister likes languages, so I think she would learn Aquatic easily and quickly. I've sped this part up because it was just kind of boring. Okay, and we are almost done. I was just cleaning up a couple of the color marks, trying to decide which layer each one was on, and it was kind of confusing my brain a little bit. I started putting all of the colors on one side again, and I had to get rid of a couple of the layers that, were not just the drawing. And then I was just using the eyedropper tool to line them all up. And before you go leaving a comment about the blank space, yes, I noticed it. I have literally no idea how it took me that long to notice, but I did, eventually. And then after a quick fix, we are not done. I never did any of the shading on the tail, or really even a final sketch, but you know what, that's fine. I just added a really quick little shading bit, and then compiled all the layers together, got rid of some of the extra colors on the other side, and wouldn't you know it, we're done. To finish off their characters, I wanted to do a quick rundown. And by the way, their fake ages have nothing to do with their ages in real life. River is a distant contender to the throne who is 9 years old. She loves writing and has a hoop earring. She learned aquatic very young and very quickly. Also, yes, after I finished recording, I noticed that the arrow was still there and I got rid of it. Don't worry. Canopy is a 70-year-old Rainwing. She's a healer who is very kind and understanding. She wears a satchel so she can take interesting plants home and press them in books later. She also wears spectacles. And yeah, that's pretty much it for turning my family members into dragons. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, because I really, really enjoyed doing this. I really liked making the designs, and I think that they turned out very well. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.